My parents kicked me out the day I turned 18 with a gym bag and $60. No warning, no birthday cake. Just my dad pointing at the door saying, "You're an adult now. Figure it out." I remember asking if this was a joke. My voice was shaking, but he didn't blink. Just told me I had 10 minutes before he changed the locks. My younger brother, he was 16 at the time. That same year, they remodeled his bedroom into a study space. Got him a MacBook Pro. Paid for SAT tutoring. I wasn't some rebel. I had a 3.7 GPA. Worked part-time at a gas station. Never got in trouble. But none of that mattered. I'd always been the spare. The first week was brutal. I couch surfed until my friend's parents got uncomfortable. Slept in the break room at work one night when it was raining too hard. Eventually found a room in a house with 3 strangers. One sold weed out of the living room. Another blasted music at 3 a.m. It took me 4 years to get on my feet. I worked as a cashier, delivery driver, late-night janitor at a mall that always smelled like burnt popcorn. Studied on breaks. Earned an IT degree online. No help, no trust fund. Just me and a busted laptop. By 26, I had a clean 1-bedroom apartment, a car that ran, an actual piece for the first time in my life. I didn't think about them much. Didn't visit, didn't call. If I wasn't good enough then, I wasn't going to beg now. Then one Sunday morning, 3 sharp knocks. I looked through the peephole and froze. My parents, standing there like nothing had happened. I opened the door, but didn't step aside. "We need to talk," my dad said. They sat on my couch like they owned it. My mom looked around the apartment like she was inspecting for dust. "We've had a rough few years," she started. "Your brother lost his job. His fiancée left him. He's struggling." I waited. "We think it makes sense for him to move in here, just temporarily, until he gets back on his feet." I almost laughed. "You're asking me to house him after you threw me out with nothing?" My dad stepped forward. "He's your brother. Family comes first. He's not like you. He doesn't handle hardship well. He's always been sensitive." "And I wasn't," I said. "I just didn't have the luxury of falling apart." They left without an answer, but I knew it wasn't over. A few days later, my brother left me a voicemail. Tired voice. Rehearsed. "I'm out of options, man. Just until I get back on my feet." I didn't call him back. Then my dad showed up at my building. "We've been patient," he said, "but you're being selfish." I laughed. "Selfish? You've got a stable life." "He doesn't. What he deserves has nothing to do with me." He stepped closer. "You're part of this family, whether you like it or not." "No," I said. "You made sure I wasn't." 2 days later, texts started flooding in. Cousins, an aunt I hadn't heard from in years, all saying the same thing. "It's not right to turn your back on family." They'd spun a story. I was the heartless one living in luxury while my brother suffered. Then my brother started showing up in person. The parking lot, the lobby, once, waiting outside my door. "I'm not here to fight," he said. "I just need help. I'm not the one you should be asking, but you're the only one who can." That line stuck with me. Not because it was true, but because he believed it. Then came the breaking point. I was at work when my landlord called. "Just confirming you're moving out by the 1st, right?" My heart dropped. "What?" "Your brother stopped by this morning, said you were transferring the lease, had paperwork and everything." I couldn't speak. "Don't worry," he added quickly. "Nothing's changed yet." I figured I'd call to confirm. I rushed home. My brother was waiting outside with a backpack and a smug look. "What the hell did you do?" I snapped. He shrugged. "I figured you'd come around. I was just speeding things up. By forging my name, it's not forgery if we're family." That night, I changed my locks. Bought a security camera for my door. A week later, I came home to find my lock scratched. I checked the footage. My dad, trying to break in. I sent it to my landlord. Told him I was considering filing a police report. But then I started digging deeper. Something felt off about the whole situation. I hired a lawyer. Told her everything. The eviction, the manipulation, the break-in, the footage. "You have grounds for a restraining order," she said. "But let me pull some records first." 2 days later, she called back. "Your grandfather left a trust. Split 50-50 between you and your brother. The house your parents live in, it was bought under that trust. They can't transfer it without your consent." My stomach dropped. They'd been living there for over a decade. They knew. "They're trying to sign it over to him," she continued. "But it's illegal without your signature." I got a letter from my mom a week later. 3 pages, asking me to sign paperwork. "Just a formality," she wrote. I didn't respond. Instead, I filed a cease and desist. Contacted a journalist. Sent them the public trust documents, the family letter, the voicemail. The article went live the night of my brother's birthday dinner. Headline: "The Invisible Heir, Family Trust Dispute Reveals Alleged Deception." My phone exploded within an hour. 2 days later, my lawyer called. "Title is frozen. You're secure." My brother finally called me. "Why are you doing this?" "I'm defending what's mine." "You're tearing the family apart." "No," I said. "I'm just refusing to let you steal from me." A month later, the house sold. Per the trust, I received half the proceeds, $180,000. My parents had 90 days to vacate. I got one last envelope in the mail. Inside was a photo of the house with the words scribbled across it. "Hope you're happy." I pinned it to my fridge, not as a trophy, as a reminder that silence doesn't mean weakness, and sometimes the best revenge is building a life where they don't get a say at all.